Hi, I'm Beverly Bond, and you're listening to the Who Rocks Next podcast. And I am sitting here with this phenomenal artist who rocks next. Please welcome Kenya Vaun.
My name is Kenya Vaun. I'm from Philly. I'm a singer-songwriter. I write my own music. I just kind of put music out that I want people to relate to. I kind of grew up listening to a lot of like old school artists like Lauryn Hill and Mary J. because, that's my mom's favorite artist. Even India Arie. And so, cleaning the house, that's like what I used to listen to. And
how did you find yourself in this very soulful space? For a 21-year-old, it's really kind of very rare to see that.
All I could really say for that is that just listening to those type of artists that, the few that I listed, India, Mary, Lauren, Erica, I felt like, I don't know, it just gave me a feeling, a different feeling, that soulful feeling, and I always wanted to sound like that. So when I began my process and starting up, I feel like it really hit me, and it started with beats. Like, I feel like when I felt the music, like I could feel the music. I listen to a lot of music, but it's certain music that I just feel like that. I'm just like, like that just hits the soul, you know what I'm saying? And it just kind of takes me wherever it takes me, and I just create in that type of, I just create music that makes me feel something, that, if that makes sense, yeah.
No, absolutely. So when was it, like, when did somebody say, this baby can sing? Like, we need to take this seriously, or when did you take it seriously? Was it you? Was it your family? Like, how did it start?
Well, I always knew, like, I was going to be a singer, but my whole family is actually musically inclined. I have a twin brother, and he actually started out singing, like, the family singer in the house, and I'm like, I want that to be my role, you know what I'm saying? But, like, no one actually really looked at me in that light in the beginning stages when I was younger. I feel like I started writing first when I was, like, 9, 10, and so I always, like, I just kind of developed that, my writing, technique, and then, also having that in the back of my mind that I want to still sing these, songs that I'm writing potentially one day, and so I would always show it to my mom, and, like, she was, like, the realest, like, that real, like, I don't know, yes, no. So I felt like that motivated me to keep going. So I feel like I came back one day, and she's like, whoa, this is real good. I'm like, I've been telling y'all. So I feel like that's where it really started for me, like, going to my mom and, like, her pushing me, and then finally having that breakthrough of her, like, actually seeing the vision that I saw the whole time. And I'm like, yeah.
That's awesome. That's amazing. So when you, after she realized it, what was the process of you becoming more of a household, well, not a household name yet because you're still emerging, but you are breaking through, you are making noise, you are, when we posted that you would be at our festival, for example, there were people like, oh, they got Kenya Vaun. Right there, there's a fan club that already exists, and you're still new. So how did the process of you becoming a more known artist, how did that happen?
Well, one of the things my mom always told me is, like, your performance is, like, really what, makes you stand out. So, like, I started off with this contest called Julia's Joy, and, like, I never performed live, and I was, like, crazy nervous, and then I went out there and I killed it, and I'm like, I can actually do this, live. I feel like I always thought, like, I could just sing with the backing tracks, and my mom's like, you have a beautiful voice, you have to put that out there live. So I feel like once I got over that first process, I kind of got involved with my brother more, can tell, and he started taking me to, like, a lot of local, like, open mics in the city. And it was just, like, a lot of underground, just, like, music lovers, and I kind of just fell in love with just the underground music and open mics, and I guess I just started building my name around the city that way, kind of going to these local open mics and putting myself out there in that, like, and also posting on social media little remixes that I do of, like, people's song. I kind of, like, make them my own and, like, write a verse of my own, and, like, people started to like that a lot when I posted that too. Yeah.
I think I saw one that you did of Lauryn Hill, and I was
yeah.
like, because that's the first thing I looked up when you were pitched for this festival, and I was like, we just happen to have a Who Rocks Next stage, and I went to look you up, and then I was like, Whoa.
When it all falls down, when it all falls down, when it all falls down. College dropout, parents devastated. I'm a little tardy, here's my late registration. 808 heartbreak, sick flu coming. This is life, I probably can't tell you nothing. Calling for help, having beautiful dog fantasies. Adidas did them raw, but dog, you got a plan B. School of Donda, everybody's watching. Gossip, he's a motherfucking monster. Get well soon, said they, if you retire. You was never quiet, you was talking through the wire. Worst mistake you made, doing business with some clowns. Watch you build empires, watch you all fall down.
Like, wow. It's also great for me to be able to help to add to the introduction of Kenya Vaun.
I feel like, some of the challenges, of course, that I feel like a lot of artists, not just me, go through is just kind of like a lot of people not fully seeing your vision. Like if you're like putting things out, a lot of people wanting to put their hearsay into things and not trusting fully into the vision that you're trying to, or already, see like way before they possibly can, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's something I kind of had to deal with a little bit, and it's kind of like, but...
You were, like, you're visionary, so you're ahead of it, and they don't know yet.
Yeah.
They don't know yet, but you know, and if you know, you know. So keep that. That's awesome. Can you tell us about your latest project?
My latest single that just was released was called Overrated. Actually, I wrote that like when I was like 16 or 15. And I actually picked it up working with a lot of beautiful musicians in the studio. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like I can definitely see where I was trying to go, with this years ago. And I kind of picked it up and completed that story. And it just was like, everyone in the studio was like, wow, this is definitely a vibe. And, that was something beautiful for me, just being able to, like I said, see the vision years ago and still see that vision, 21-year-old me, and picking that up and like making it something even more beautiful than it started out to be. What it's basically about is just knowing your worth, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, especially young people, I feel like go into relationships, having it all wrong, thinking other people are supposed to fix you or whatever, and they get a lot of expectations. Be friends first if that comes to it. But because a lot of people can be overrated once you get comfortable and you're like, oh my God, I really like them, and you start talking them up, and then their true colors come out and you're like, whoa, like, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a lot of people can relate to that story, and a lot of people, even me, went through situations where it's like, whoa, like this is not at all what I thought it was. And that's basically what the storyline of Overrated kind of entails.
I love that. Let's take a look at Overrated.
Overrated love, overrated love. Now you're trying to bounce back. You can do what you call that. You ain't got shit to claim, we ain't on that. Try to say my name in vain, your game's real whack. That's real rap. Is this a shame? I know. Is this a game? You keep on running and play so slow. Who is to blame? Can't say my name, shit ain't the same. I hope that you are doing fine, 'cause I can't get you out my mind. I wish that I could hit rewind so you can see that you're the reason why we fell out at this low. We stopped keeping in touch. I guess I wasn't enough for you to love me the way I am.
Wow.
Just a little tap.
Just a little tab. Yes, Kenya Vaun. Oh my God, you were amazing. Philadelphia is really known for its artistry and its music, its sound, and musicianship. And I think that what you've tapped into is it's a continuation of that culture, right? Which is a beautiful thing. When I go to Philly, I'm always amazed at the people who work together. It was like a combination of people that you would never think were together in any kind of way. But in Philly, it's like y'all do that. That's
right.
It's kind of a Philly thing. Do you want to talk about that camaraderie and the importance of when you're creating finding that tribe to help support you in terms of your creative process?
I go to a lot of sessions, and of course, I'm meeting a lot of different artists, and of course, you have more of a connection with certain people, and others is kind of like, hey, it's cool, but I feel like when like it's just a vibe. You kind of bouncing ideas off of each other, and it's just kind of that spark that is like undeniable. So I feel like that's probably why a lot of people in Philly do that, because it's really mainly about the music and nothing else. You know what I'm saying? When you feel the music and you feel that, you can't take, you can't try to put other things in, like it's just strictly about the music. And when you feel that, you can't take that away. Like, so it could be, a room full of people and everybody just sharing ideas, trying to make up this one beautiful masterpiece.
Kenya, where do you see music, and particularly in your genre of music where you sit, where do you see that going in the future?
Honestly, I feel like a lot of people may be leaning towards like, oh, music is going to like, to the dust. Because I feel like a lot of people feel like the music that's out now isn't kind of as real as it used to be. But I feel like as far as my genre goes, that I'm trying to, kind of push, I feel like it's in my opinion, it's just been elevating. It's been, I feel like it's a lot of artists that aren't like extremely mainstream yet, but that's out there that I like, you know what I'm saying, their music, and it's like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying, this is like, one artist, Lucky Day, you know what I'm saying, I seen him perform live one time, and I was like, just amazed, and I feel like it's all about a feeling, like I said, and I got that overwhelming feeling of, wow, like, he's amazing. He's in his own, element. And I feel like just seeing a lot of artists like that come out in today's generation gives me hope that, it's not just me. It's a lot of other people that probably see my vision too and want to push that out to people as well, So I feel like I see it going, elevating and going back to that real place that people can relate to and kind of be like, wow, that touched the soul,
One more time, let me. Okay, this time, one more time. One more time, this time, come on, this time. Poolside is so high and summer never ends. Thank you so much, that's my time. My name is Kenya Vaun. Shout out Black Girls Rock.
I feel like if you're a true music lover, it shouldn't be about nothing else but the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Thank you so much, Kenya Vaun.
Thank you, girl.
So high and summer never ends. Where there's blue skies and sunshine and summer never ends. Sitting poolside, get so high and summer never ends.